Stop acting like a prompter and start acting like a director. If you are tired of AI video tools that feel like a slot machine, where you hit a button and hope for the best, you need to see this. Welcome to Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0. Just look at these examples. We aren't just generating random clips anymore. We are building camera rigs, selecting specific lenses like anamorphic or Cook, and controlling the exact physics of our scene. Today, I'm going to give you a full masterclass on how to use this tool to create Hollywood-level cinematic video. We are going to build a scene from scratch, control the lights, and direct the action. Let's dive in. All right, let's begin. Here we are on the Higsfield website. You will find the link directly in the video description and the pinned comment below. When you observe the interface, you can see that this is a comprehensive, all-in-one AI platform. You can explore a wide variety of tools here, but today I want to focus on their latest feature release, Higgsfield Cinema Studio 2.0. This is a truly remarkable tool, and I'm going to explain in detail what you can achieve with it. It is particularly valuable for creators looking to elevate their content production. If you look here, we have two primary sections, image and video. I will begin by demonstrating the image section. First, let's look at the configuration options. Here we have the batch size, where I can generate up to 4 images per batch. Next, I can select the aspect ratio. We have the standard sizes along with 16:9, 21:9 cinematic options. Following that, I can choose my resolution up to 2K or 4K and adjust my grid generation settings. Now, I want to highlight a critical feature here. Create your reference elements. If I click this, I can upload a reference image or video to create a consistent character. For example, I have uploaded a reference image here and named it Jack. I simply added a description of his features and created the element. Now, whenever I write a prompt, I can simply type at Jack to insert this specific character into the scene, allowing for perfect consistency across different shots. This brings us to the main feature, and frankly, my personal favorite part of this tool. I have complete directorial control over the virtual equipment. I can select specific cameras, lenses, focal lengths, and apertures. In the camera section, I have a vast array of options. I can select any camera body that suits the visual style I am aiming for. The same applies to the lenses. There is a wide variety available. I can also adjust the focal length up to 50 millimeters and fine-tune the aperture. Essentially, I have a complete cinema studio right at my fingertips, allowing me to direct like a professional. Let's put this into practice. I want to create a story, so I will paste my prompt here. For the gear, I will select the grand format 70mm film camera. For the lens, I am choosing the classic anamorphic to give it that cinematic look. I will adjust the focal length to 14mm and set the aperture to f11 for a deep depth of field. Let me double check my settings. Cinematic aspect ratio is selected. Excellent. I will now hit Generate. As you can see, the AI has begun generating the image. It is strictly following the directorial specifications I provided regarding the camera and lens. And here is the result. Look at how beautiful this shot is. Now, below the image, I have several powerful post-processing options. I can upscale the image or use the enhancer to refine details. There is even a specific skin enhancer if I need to improve facial textures. One feature I find incredibly useful is Relight. If I select this, I can manually adjust the lighting within the image. I can change the light direction to the top, bottom, or specifically place it to match my narrative needs. Additionally, I can use the Angles tool to slightly rotate, tilt, or zoom into the image to perfect the composition. Moving on, I want to add some depth. I am clicking on Create 3D Scene. While the 3D scene processes, I will prepare my next shot. I am pasting the prompt and opening the settings. This time, I am switching the camera to a Studio Digital S35. And for the lens, I will use the swirly bokeh portrait. I'll set the focal length to 50mm. You might ask, why am I changing the camera and lens for this shot? If we look at major Hollywood productions like Dune or Interstellar, you will notice they utilize different cameras and lenses for different scenes. They might use an IMAX camera for landscapes and a standard digital camera for dialogue. I am applying that same logic here, using specific virtual gear to achieve distinct visual textures for different parts of my story. Let's check on our 3D scene. It is ready. As you can see, creating a 3D scene allows me to have parallax movement within the image. I can even adjust the angle slightly after generation, giving it a wide angle feel or shifting the perspective. Now, look at the What's Next option. I am selecting Multi-Shot. By clicking this, the AI automatically generates multiple variations of my previous shot from different angles. This gives me a variety of coverage for the scene without having to re-prompt everything from scratch. With our images ready, let's move to the video section. This is where the magic happens. Here, we have precise control over camera movements, static, handheld, zoom in, dolly in, and more. Next to that is the speed ramp feature. This is one of my favorite tools. It has some presets, but if you select custom, you can manually control the timing of the video. For instance, you can make it start fast and end in slow motion. Alternatively, there are pre-made templates available that you can utilize. Moving on, we have the duration settings. You can generate clips up to 12 seconds, but for this demonstration, I will keep it at 6 seconds. Below that, we have the shooting modes. We have single shot, multi-shot auto, and multi-shot manual. Let me explain the difference. Single shot generates a standard video from your image. Multi-shot auto will automatically generate various angles of your scene. Multi-shot manual is where you get granular control. You can adjust the speed, add specific scenes, delete frames, and manually direct the flow of the video. Further down, you can select your aspect ratio and resolution. Next is the genre section. This is quite interesting. You can select a specific style like action, horror, comedy, or suspense, depending on the mood of your video. You also have options to toggle sound and set your batch size. Now let's put this into practice and generate our story. I will start by pasting my first prompt here. I will use the image we generated earlier. For the camera movement, I am selecting dolly in. For the speed ramp, I will keep it linear because I want a stable, consistent motion. I will set the duration to 6 seconds. For the shooting mode, I am selecting multi-shot auto. I'll keep the aspect ratio at 16:9 and the resolution at 1080p. Since this is a grand, sweeping scene, I will select the spectacle genre. I'll keep the sound on and hit generate. While that video generates, let's start the next one. I'm going to a new start frame and selecting our next image. I will paste the prompt here. For this shot, I want a more organic feel, so I'm selecting the handheld camera movement. I will set the duration to about 5 seconds. For the speed ramp, I am choosing slow motion to give it a cinematic weight. For the genre, I will switch this to suspense to match the intensity of the close-up. I will go ahead and generate this one as well. Now let's do one final shot. I will grab the next image and paste the prompt. For this one, I want to customize the speed. I will go into the custom speed ramp settings. I want it to start at normal speed and then slow down at the end, so I will adjust the curve like this. Perfect. I will keep the other settings consistent and hit generate. And now our videos are ready. Let's take a look at the final results. Here is the first shot. You can see how the multi-shot auto created these different angles automatically, which is incredibly impressive. And here is the full sequence.